the PDF downloads of the African Dialogues Volumes 1 and 2 are in the links below the description of this video, including a link to the website DuaneTheGreatWriter.net, where new books 1 to 10 can be purchased from lulu.com in paperback, and the Kindle editions from amazon.co.uk. Charles: there is this tendency that has been carried over to the new presentation from religious and spiritual paths by present new friends. The train of thought is that it is incumbent on God, Jesus, and the Masters to intervene in their lives when things are going in the wrong direction. New friends may also think that because they sing the new song and read the books and courses, that the new man and the real guides will fix things for them. Some African new friends even ask what it is the real guides are actually doing, and if they are indifferent or too important to do something to assist in their lives. Duane responds, again, they are referring to what they have come through, and the ideas they have created about the ideas they have come through. You have a spiritual path, which is an idea, which is fine, but each person has their own ideas about that spiritual path. So everything they have created in their minds, emotions, their memories, or experiences that they have had, which are all fine here and on the real side, they bring that all with them, of course, and they look at the words, they start reading them, and they consider how it's similar to what they have been through, and how they understand it, etc., because they are the same words that they have read before, and a few newer words, of course, but it's basically the same as they have read before. What they do then is bring their old interpretation with them to try to figure out a new position. The new presentation is not that. It's a new presentation. It's like walking into a new room. Actually, it's like walking outside and seeing the sky. That is to where you start to recognize what is being referred to. This is the difference. This is why there's no membership, and things aren't a particular here. With the real guides, there's no membership. And again, the idea that the guides are going to do something, etc., well, they do if they choose to do it. Just like your parents chose to raise and feed you. They didn't have to, but of course they were also forced by the law. Otherwise, they'd be arrested. Because again, we have fear and intimidation here. People look to these things, especially the old stuff, and especially the God and Saviour idea. Mainly, it's the God idea, and that's fear. There's a hidden fear there. What most people don't realize is that in their past lives, and we've been through many, the non-believers were killed, beheaded, tortured, etc., and were a demonstration to others and the masses. They did tortures, and the Vatican did this right out in the public square, hangings, etc. It wasn't to torture the bad guys due to being robbers, stealing, and killing. They play both sides. They did that part. They get their vengeance and clear these characters out of the way because those they killed probably knew what the government was doing, etc. But at the same time, they get to expose fear to the masses, to where they will obey. So they get both sides. This is what you see with many of these things, that when people come along, and especially with the God idea, that they are actually bringing their taplining fears, which they don't see on the surface. They are looking for something else to latch on to. So they are expecting the guides to live their lives too, or do things for them. It's something that sounds better as they read it, because it's an adventure, and everyone wants adventure and romance or risk in their lives, and so it's safe to read these things, etc. But there's a hidden fear there, and it stems from the past. The reality is having lived with parents, then on your own. You now meet the real guides, and they're going to gradually share and show you what's going on. It's not that they're going to be your servant and do things for you, and this is a misinterpretation, because in the past these people were with the masters and gurus and their family, which raised and fed them, and now they're thinking that the real universal guides are going to do the same thing. This is where you learn to be self-sufficient. You learn to pay attention to be so, and not stay dependent. If you want to stay dependent on the system and have that attitude with the guides, then you will just stay in creation. Creation is cause and effect dependency, and to be independent and indifferent and real, well, that's the real universes. You decide to step up. You can have all kinds of experiences here, but what does that equal? Unless you decide to be the real you, the real awareness, that free being of real light. Or do you just want to stay the personal self and the 5 bodies? Again, that's a choice.